Hello everyone. It's Anastasia is here from Australian Business Ubizblog. How's everyone's going in this beautiful Saturday? To be honest with you, in Melbourne, it's still a bit chilly because we had a bit of a hurricane yesterday, and unfortunately the winter just doesn't want to let us go. But let's stay optimistic because we are out of the lockdown and all our shops been open just before lots of celebrations that going on in Melbourne in particular. So we're having a Melbourne Cup on Tuesday, one of the biggest events ever. And also tomorrow, obviously, we are celebrating Halloween. So today I just came here to talk about the article I wrote this week. It's basically about the Halloween in children. And the reason I thought to go deeper into this article because my daughter, she was my inspiration, and she always is and she always will be. And I thought a lot about the key points of Halloween. And for me as a parent, I was thinking, oh my God, what is so special about this celebration? You know, it's just people dressed up and it's all commercial and it's all marketing. I mean, you go to Aldi, you go to Woolworths, pumpkin and costumes and chocolate. It's just another way of make us individuals to spend money. But then I kind of started thinking deeper, and I thought that it's a good opportunity in this year to investigate a bit of a more and research a bit of a more and really understand the subject and understand why kids are so obsessed with Halloween. And when I asked my daughter, her response was, it's fun and it's opportunity to live in a fairy tale. So the fairy tale means that you are just for a minute, a second, a day, you pretend to be someone you're not, and you transform your personality and become someone else where you're not. So this is the world you want to investigate, and this is something that I thought I would think. And it also was a parallel between lockdown to me personally, and I'm sure who's going to watch this will find the same thing, that a lot of kids, they spend this time in lockdowns and they used a lot of devices like mobile devices, tablets, gadgets and stuff like that. So they tried to play the games, they uploaded various apps, and basically in those apps, as far as I've seen, there's a lot of different characters within those apps that kids trying to play with. And this is when I try to find that parallel between the mindset. So the kids trying to live in the world that doesn't exist, something unknown, something strange, something odd. So the Halloween this year in 2021, when all of us across the world, and in particular in Australia, struggled to get the children out of the tablets, get the children out of home because we just couldn't. So this is an opportunity for us to say, all right, so this is the time to get out, and this is the time basically to say hi to the world and get back to it. So as I said, my daughter, she was part of the research, and this is something that I thought I'll read about more and deliver to you guys, so maybe some of you can learn. All right, so I've got this little trick and treats today. So this is like a little basket that my daughter, she was using to pick up the chocolate, and she's still probably going to use this one probably this year. So it will depend on what we're going to do tomorrow, and this is something that we need to definitely organize to think about it, because it's definitely on our cards to give it a go, give it a try. With the Halloween, so it's a very interesting celebration, right? It's not Australian, it's not even American. It's actually came from Ireland. So back to Celts, who would carve turnips on All Hallows Eve. So in the past, they didn't use the pumpkin as the symbol like we're using now, and they're putting beautiful light element, so to light up and to keep the evil spirits away, yeah, at the bay. So they used to have a turnip, and in 1800s, like mid-century, when basically Irish brought and introduced Halloween to Americans, and it became a celebrations. So that's when the pumpkin was introduced, because apparently there was a potato famine in America when the turnip turned into pumpkin. So we had turnip at the start, and then we had a pumpkin. So those are two vegetables that pumpkin is actually considered to be fruit in a way. They became a symbolic. So turnip was first, and then it was pumpkin. So pumpkin symbol these days, it's so-called jack-o'-lantern symbol. And pumpkin is very popular, obviously. So you just grab a pumpkin, carve internals, and you put the light in, and it's like a very nice lantern, basically. And it's basically the whole Halloween celebration is originated from ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. So to spell it correctly, it's Samhain, but it's actually, you can read it as a psalm. So when people would wear costumes to ward off the ghosts, right? So All Hallows Eve is the day before All Saints Day. So in Australia, we're celebrating it tomorrow, 31st of October, right? So tomorrow, parents, be ready. So the reason I think it's important to talk about it, even in a marketing and commercial perspective, well, Americans actually spent $10 billion, as far as I researched, in 2020 on Halloween celebrations. So that's obviously including candies and costumes and decorations and stuff like that. And in 2019, in Australia, we spent 159 million on this celebration. So what are the main reasons behind of this celebration? So basically, as I mentioned, and as my daughter said, you live a fairy tale. You have an opportunity to have fun, and you also can put the makeup on, the makeup that is different from your, say, natural look makeup. It's something else, right? But let's break it down, because I think it's important to maybe discuss it in details. Why do we actually, in this particular year, we need this celebration? In Australia, it's not a public holiday. So we obviously picked it up from Americans. It came to us, but we're still celebrating it. So when 2 years ago, I actually was 3 years ago, because I'm based in Maribyrnong, we went with this basket to pick up chocolate and do trick or treats. And, there was a lot of costumes on the streets. Like, kids were literally dressed up in various costumes. And some of them were really, really spooky. Like, it was really, really spectacular. So people invested the time and money into the costumes. That was absolutely ridiculous. And it was great just to have the day when it could be something outside of the square. So the first thing that I want to mention for the children, and in this particular year to have it is a big play date. Let's face it, because kids were looking forward to get out of the house and meet the friends, meet the mates, and they want to have a bigger play date. Yes, so this time around, they can gather in the groups, they can go together, they can put some makeup on, like a basic makeup on, eye makeup and stuff like that, and pretend to be ghosts or cats, or there's a different actually symbol: cats, bats, ghosts, skeleton, wizards, witches, and they can be outside of that square, so they can have a big play dates with the mates, and they're going to enjoy themselves. So the second reason is The Halloween is actually, rather than sitting on the tablet all day and making them watch something, they can actually do something. So the characters that they're watching on the tablets, they can become those characters for the day. So it actually develops their creative skills, and creative skills, they're super duper important for children, as we all parents know. Because this is the way to be someone else, be someone unknown, be odd, be strange, be someone you normally can't actually do in a normal life. You can pretend to be someone you're not and just be that person for a day. So those creative skills, when they even playing with the makeup, even when they I don't know, compare each other, oh, which character you are today, I'm this, oh, who you are, oh, I'm a wizard, oh, who you are, oh, I'm a I'm a dead person, or whatever it is. So they're pretending to be someone they're not, and they also they develop their imagination in a positive way, because we all know that all the spooky stories and stuff like that Halloween could be scary in a way, but we want to find that balance between fright, fear, and creativity. And I think this is what Halloween allows those skills to show, allows those skills to shine. I actually forgot to mention for the big Playdate that this is an opportunity for children just to collect as many chocolates as they want. They want to have fun, and they want to put as many sweets into this basket as they want. Why? Because the children, and there's no guilt for them, because this is not when parents going to say, oh, you can have just only one candy today, or you can have only one chocolate today. This is an opportunity when you actually allow your children to have that chocolate, to have, I don't know, 5, 10, 15, 20 different chocolates, candies. So this is an opportunity for them just to be children, and you as a parent probably don't experience as guilt as you normally sometimes give a chocolate, or it's not healthy. So that day is the day. It's basically like just a relaxing day, a bit of an unhealthy day in a way. But this is the day when there's no guilt to give them a chocolate. The third reason is basically social interaction and self-belonging. As I said, when they play on the tablet, they don't have that interaction online. And it's been a very tough journey for the last couple of nearly years. So when they come out and go to the real life, it's a so-called fear fun games. And when they just can go out, and this is my daughter here, and they basically can knock the doors and ask people, trick or treat, and it allows them to overcome the fear, to meet someone else, to say hi, and understanding that I'm growing, I'm becoming unique individual and stuff like that. But just remember, when you knocking the doors for the children as well, you want to make sure we're all following government health guidelines. Yes, so we still need to be safe. I still need to provide our kids with instructions. Most of the kids now in school, they're wearing masks, for example. So if it's outdoor situation or if it's indoor, it will be different situations. So we still need to make sure we're following the government health guidelines. So fun and surprise. Surprise is very interesting because some people don't like surprises, but it's not for children. Children, they love surprises. They trying to look at each other and say, figure it out, the characters, as I mentioned before. They like when somebody spooky come out of the door and like starts sort of scaring them, and they just run away. So that kind of surprise is always, in a way, good for children, to keep that thrill and to keep the day interesting and exciting. So it's also opportunity for parents to take that pressure away. So it's a Halloween, kids could spend that energy, that they couldn't use within the lockdown times on something else and project into something else. So it can help parents just, all right, she or he had a play date today. It was a big play date. If it was too much chocolate, but that's okay. It's a Halloween. We can sort of credit to the celebration. So basically, when it comes to makeup techniques, obviously there's a lot of makeup artists in the space who can help you with that. I'm not too sure if, like, for example, there's a makeup artist at the moment, like one of my members, she's Laura Deer. So she's nicely, beautifully provided me with some of your insights on the makeup for Halloween images and for Halloween characters. And she said that when it comes to picture, you can see, like, for example, you can see a picture of wizard or you can see a picture of skeleton, and you're trying to project into your face or into the face of your kid. You're trying to draw exactly the same. So it's never going to be exactly the same because it always comes down to the shape of your face, skin tone, your eyes and stuff like that. So it's always going to be different. It's never 100% matches to original. So just keep in mind that if your kid is saying, all right, look, mommy, I want this particular, do spooky eyes and stuff like that, it's never going to be exactly the same. So it's always going to be a bit different to the picture. So it's also, she was mentioning that the prep is very important. So if you want to do it seriously, unless you just want to do a bit of a splash of glitter. And the idea is that the messy and textured makeup is actually brings better success. So you don't have to do like precise lines and stuff like that, but the messier faces. And I actually was watching just before this some of the makeup artists ideas of Halloween makeup, and it was absolutely pretty scary. It would look so real, because like you literally put the cloth and then you paint on it, and then you put like a red paint and it's just blood coming down. It's actually on the Facebook, you can find a lot of different ideas, but just before, if you're making that yourself, make sure that you're doing that correctly and you use a gentle oil to remove the makeup, because some of the characters include utilization of the glue, and that could be sometimes not good for kids, not good for you. So just be careful on this one. But basically for makeup artists, it's always the busiest time of the year because people trying to create different images for the children. Just make sure that you don't overdo it, and you just be careful with paint. You choose the paint correctly and stuff like that. Or alternatively, you can just create the image that just buy a costume and stuff like that, or make a costume and things like that. So like 3 years ago when my daughter, 2 years ago, she participated in Halloween. I just got her a t-shirt with a skeleton on it and just put like a little ears. So you can do whatever you want, but it's important to give a bit of a flavor to the kids' life right now, to the kids' brain, because it transforms the brains and it gives them a bit of a boost of creativity, innovation, freshness, and it brings happy into their life. If kids are very sensitive, maybe it's not the best way to utilize the celebration, because I know some kids are scared and of spooky things and stuff like that, but you can always create a different character or image. You don't have to be a skeleton, just be a cat, or rat or something like that. So it doesn't have to be, blood all over your face and stuff like that. Just make sure you wash your face and don't go to bed with the makeup on. At least this is what the makeup artists recommending across the board. And this is all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say that tomorrow, uh, it's entirely up to you what you want to do. And I personally still planning for it. And for my ideas, today I'm just going to go to the shopping center and I want to pick up some ideas as well for tomorrow. And it's entirely up to you if you want to make anything out of it or not. But the bottom line is when you dig deeper into this, you kind of realizing that it's actually not just about the commercial and marketing kind of side of it. It's also for children to develop the creative skills, social skills. It's opportunity to have fun, to have a play date. Maybe some kids will learn some makeup techniques. I guess maybe next year when we are fully free, no masks and stuff like that, it will be again back to normal makeup artists sitting in the shopping centers and doing your makeup and stuff like that for children. So it's all will happen. But this is all the reason I just want to come up. So hopefully some of you will enjoy this review. My full article will be in the description, so you will be able to read more about it and reshare the article if you liked it or comment about it. And I just want to know what your thoughts are and what you think about Halloween. Do you think it's a great idea to have it? Do you think it's a wrong idea to have it? So whatever opinion you've got, I'm open-minded book and I'm happy to listen. And you please stay safe and stay tuned for the next article that will land to Ubizblog very soon. So thank you so much and enjoy your long weekend. And good luck with betting on horses because Melbourne Cup is coming as well. So, and yeah, enjoy your day. Thank you so much. You're Anastasia. Have a spectacular weekend. Bye.